You probably know that the biggest pain in multicolor 3D printing is not the printer itself, but it's all the wasted time and filament that you have in all these color swaps. And unless you've been living under a rock, you've probably seen the buzz this week. A new printer that promises a lot less waste and way faster color changes. The Snapmaker U1 has already raised $12.8 million by the time I'm recording this video on Kickstarter, and it still has 33 more days left in the campaign. And the data was so shocking that even Bambu Lab announced the Vortex system, that is a similar system that they are planning to launch on Q4 2025. But by seeing all of this happening, I kind of have a question in my mind. Is this really a revolution that it's gonna make you save money when you print in multicolor, or is it just hype? So in today's video, I'm going to compare the cost of printing in a Creality High, which is a standard CFS multicolor system, a Bambu Lab H2D that does have the AMS, but it has 2 nozzles, and the brand new Snapmaker U1 to actually see the truth. Before starting the comparison, I gotta pick a model, and I'm going to generate one really quickly using STL AI. So I'm gonna throw an image here, generate the 3D. Now I gotta create the articulations. Model done, now it's time to color. The model is now painted, and I'm going to add several of those on the same print bed, and I'm going to add all of those into different slicers. Okay, so now I have sliced 10 astronaut capybaras on 3 different printers, the Creality High, the Bambu Lab H2D, and the Snapmaker U1. And I'm gonna use STLFLIX's newest price calculator, that I'm gonna leave the link here in the description, to calculate how much it costs for me to print the 10 capybaras in each of these printers, and how much more profit can we make using the new generation printers. I've sliced 10 capybaras in all the 3 different printers, the Creality High, the H2D, and the Snapmaker, because I want to compare the same amount of products printed. I know that you could print more in the H2D, that you could print more on the Snapmaker. Even here in the Creality High, you could print more. But to make it a fair comparison, I'm just keeping 10 in all 3, alright? And the first one that we have here, which is the Creality High, it's gonna take us in total to print 15 hours and 26 minutes. So I'm gonna go on the new pricing calculator from STLFLIX. I'm gonna put astronaut capybara, and I'm gonna put 10, which is the quantity of items that I am printing, and I'm gonna insert the print time, 15 hours and 26 minutes. And now let's get the weight. And this is where we start to get a little disappointed when we are looking at the current state of multicolor 3D printing, because the models, they take 125.28 grams of filament, 130 is thrown away, it's flushed away. If I had more in here, the flush volume and the tower volume would be the same. But in this case, we are throwing away 130 grams of filament. And the tower is taking 17 grams. So in total, we have 273.86 grams. 273.86 grams. Now the cost per kilogram. Let's put $15 as a kind of like an average filament price that we can get. You can get lower, you can get higher. I think $15 is about the average. All right. Then we're going to select the printer, and it's important for you to select your printer correctly in here, because printers have different powers, and depending on the power of the printer, it's going to use more or less energy. And then in here you have to insert how much does it cost 1 kilowatt hour in your state. For what I researched, in the US on average is 17 cents. I'm gonna put 18 cents, 18 cents to be on the safe side of things. Okay, now cost per month, you have to pay your bills. Even if you have your printer in your own house, look at how much you pay on mortgage, or how much you would think it would cost you to rent that space. Let's keep it in here. I don't know, let's do $75. And let's say that I have 2 of these printers, all right, printing the same capacity. And so now you gotta answer units per month. And in here, it's not how many of these capybaras you can print, but how many times you can replicate this same G code, this same print. Okay, so if it takes you 15 hours and 26, I guess you could make around 22 of those a month. You're not gonna work every single day, there will be flaws, so 22 seems good. And then if you have 2 printers, it's 44. All right, this is important because the printer has to pay their own bills, even it's renting space. It might be that you're just a hobbyist today and you don't really care about that, but if you want to become a professional one day, you have to take these things into account. So it's in the calculator. If you don't want to put it, okay, you can just zero out these numbers. It's not going to change anything. Another important thing that I put in here is the amortization. As sad as it is, one day your printer is going to stop working. And when that happens, if you are printing for profit, you have to have enough money to purchase a new identical printer. So this is called amortization. And then in here, we are going to get the printer price and how many hours it's gonna last until it completely dies. Okay, so going on the Creality website, what we have here is the Creality High Combo. It's 449. So I'm gonna put 449. And as a rule of thumb, I always use this number here as 20,000 hours. It might be too much, it might be too little. I don't know. I think it's a fair estimate in here. It's gonna print a whole bunch for 10 years until it completely runs out. And then failure percentage, you can keep 10%. I think it's a safe assumption as well. Accessories and packaging, I'm gonna keep it blank in here. Let's say you're selling it at a maker fair. You're not doing this as keychains or anything. You're just selling at a maker fair. So I'm gonna keep this blank, no accessories in this time. Markup is how many times you are going to add the cost in order to get to your final price. So I'm gonna start with 2 in here, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about that later on in the process, but let's keep it 2. Tax, let's say 5%, and payment fees, if you're using a credit card, let's keep it 0 for now, because it might not be your case. Next thing you gotta do is enter your email to get promos and news about STLFLIX, and you have your pricing summary divided in 3 different boxes: the unit cost, the consumer price, and the retailer price in case you wanna sell for stores to resell your products, which can be a great deal. All right, but I'm gonna talk about more about that when we wrap up this entire video. All right, so let me open the breakdown in here to explain what we have in here. We have the filament costs, the energy costs, accessories and packaging, 0 in this case, the fixed costs, amortization, failures, and total cost. So it's gonna be 831 for the 10 capybaras that we have here, 0.83 per unit. All right, and then we have the consumer price, which is 175. You're gonna have as gross profit 92 cents and net profit 83 cents. Retailer price, if we were to keep the same markup, retailers, they have their own markup, and they want to at least put the same amount of money that they put to purchase the goods in order to sell the goods. If they purchase at 50, they sell at 100 in order to have their own profit. So in this case, with this markup, it means that you are not having any profit if you're selling to retailers. But let's keep this number like this for now. Let's capture this image and let's throw in this Canva in order to make a fair comparison. Okay, so Creality High is done. Let's talk about the H2D. H2D, 10 capybaras. Let's look how long it takes for it to print and how much filament it's gonna use. Okay, so in here we still have a little bit of flush. The model is 129 grams, the flush is 65 grams, which is almost half of what we had at the Creality, and the tower is 14.49. In total, 209.89 grams, 11 hours and 35 minutes. So let's go over there and let's put 11 hours 35 minutes, 209.89 grams of filament. Filament cost is gonna keep the same. Printer, we have to change it in here for a Bambu Lab H2D. Okay, cool. Fixed cost, I'm gonna keep the same, even though you could potentially print more. So you could dilute your fixed cost in more prints, but I'm gonna keep the same right now. I'm not gonna change that. I'm gonna keep failure percentage the same. The printer value does change a little bit. From 449, we go to 1,999. So 1999, which is the price of the H2D. I'm gonna keep everything the rest the same. Let me get all of this and let's put into the comparison. Okay, so we already got a bit of a reduction in here, right? We had the cost of filament from $4.10 to $3.13, which is awesome. We reduced the cost of energy as well. Packaging stays the same. The fixed cost stays the same as well. Amortization, this is where the H2D kind of played against it a little bit, because it got the price per print that it carries in order for you to purchase a new one got slightly higher as well. The cost per failure decreases because it's cheaper to print using an H2D. It's harder to purchase the equipment. So the total cost got a little bit down. The unit cost came from 83 cents to 79 cents. It's already a good reduction. We're talking here about 4 cents, which is like 5% reduction just by changing the printer. So it opens up the space for a bit more margin for you to work with. But now let's get to the main event of the night, the Snapmaker U1. All right, so Snapmaker U1, we have 7 hours and 35 minutes. It's a lot less than where we started all of this. So let's get here. Let's go all the way there. 7 hours and 35 minutes, the same 10 capybaras. Let's look at the weight. Here we are talking about 134.88 grams. 134.88 grams. Wow, that is a big reduction. Filament cost stays the same. The printer does change. Snapmaker. At the time that I'm doing this video, I don't know the power of the Snapmaker. So I put the same as the H2D. Yeah, I think it will be less because the H2D has a heated chamber. I think it has more things that need more power. So I think the Snapmaker will use less power than the H2D, but that's fair. Let's keep it like that. It doesn't stay the same. The printer value does decrease a little bit. By the time that we are watching this video, if you got the early bird, you got it for $749, but the MSRP that is almost hidden here is actually $9.99. So this is the price that is probably going to be hitting the shelves. I don't know. If this demand is too high, they might increase it a little bit, but let's hope not. So the printer value is $999. Okay, the same 20,000 hours. All the rest stays the same. Okay, so now let me bring all of this information here and let's make the final comparison. And this is where it gets really cool. So it became at 83 cents, then we got to 79, and now we got to 53 cents. So in comparison, we reduced filament costs, energy costs, fixed cost stays the same, amortization reduces dramatically because the H2D is more expensive, and then the failures also reduce because the cost of printing on a Snapmaker is lower. So the total cost to print the 10 capybaras is now $5.31. The consumer price, if you keep the same markup, would be $1.12, and the retailer price 56 cents with zero profit. But that's where it gets interesting. Imagine you are already selling those. Let's keep it here, the 175, right? This means that you could potentially increase your markup until you reach 1.79 in here. So it's 3.2, which means that you have a lot less margin. If you already have a product that is selling at this price, you won't have to reduce the price. You have a lot of margin to gain by changing to this printer, which is incredible. This printer really is the next generation in here. I think it really is something that it's going to bring a lot more productivity for us makers. And this also opens up the opportunity in here for you to sell for retailers as well at a good price and perhaps have a good profit margin as well, because you will be profiting 32 cents per little capybara that you sell them. So if you find good distributors that are going to be selling lots of those, you can distribute to a lot of different stores and have a healthy margin that you can still operate really well. So in my opinion, I think these new generations of printers are going to change the game as much as the multicolor filament did, because it's gonna make the multicolor filament actually something sustainable and useful for makers, not only the hobbyist makers, but the makers that make for profit as well. I think it's gonna get cheaper and easier to print, which in my opinion is going to change a lot of things from now on. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, there's the link for the calculator here in the description of this video. If you wanna know more about 3D printing, about how to 3D print for profit, we have a lot of different courses inside STL Academy. At STLFLIX, you can find an entire catalog of over 3,000 premium STLs that are thought to be printed for profit as well. And if you want to have access to STL AI, which is a tool that I use to create this astronaut capybara, all the links are here in the description of this video. Don't forget to leave your like and subscribe to our channel for more contents like this. See ya!